What's up, everyone? My name's Platinum Howler, coach of your Delta Galagers. Today, I'm bringing you the Week 7 team builder for the BBR. We are going up against Diet Tight for the very first time. This match has been a long time coming. You can see his team on the right side of the screen. Dai is having an unbelievable season up to this point. He is 6-0, alone in first place, and we are just barely behind him. If we can pull out a win in this game, then we would actually move in front of him and might be able to claim the first place positioning again. However, because Dai is definitely a potential playoff opponent, I did not spend a ton of time prepping for this game. I mean, even if he was, I probably wouldn't have been spending too much time on it either, just because this last week has been a little challenging for me. It's been a struggle. So I'll hope to bounce back and get back into the thick of things next week with leagues and whatnot. But we have this team here that I think will be a fun one to use. As you can see, we are bringing Stoutland again, so I hope that works out. Hopefully it can put a little bit more work in than it did when we brought it in week 4. So without further ado, let's get into our team. We have our Lycanroc Dusk, which is much less of a threat to his team than Lycanroc Day is to my team, just because of its Accelerock priority. It makes it very difficult for my faster mons to be able to, wreak havoc on his team. So I want Stealth Rocks up in this game. I want to keep them up as long as possible. I think that the Stealth Rock chip is going to be really key to wearing his pretty bulky team down. He's got a really good bulky core and then really solid, fast offensive mons to pair with that. So we need to be able to break down the core of Weezing, Seismitoad, and Corviknight. So getting the Stealth Rocks up for those, and also just getting chip damage on whatever else is going to be really nice. We are the Sash lead, so we can get an Endeavor off. If he attacks us, brings us down to 1 HP. We can maybe get an Endeavor off against one of those bulkier mons, like a Weezing, like a Corviknight, for example. So yeah, Endeavor is going to be really clutch there. We're not bringing taunts. If he wants to set up hazards, he can set up whatever hazards he wants. If Toxic Spikes go up, then I might consider wanting to defog them away with Rotom, but Stone Edge, close combat for attacking moves. We need to have something that can hit the Alolan Marowak, because we don't want to be switching out on that thing. Like, we need to be able to hit that thing, so that's why Stone Edge is here. It's immune to Endeavor because Ghost type, immune to normal moves. And then Close Combat was thrown in there because it's our next hardest hitting move to hit stuff like Seismitoad, which is his only rock resist. So next, we have a very offensive Rotom Wash here. I think Rotom Wash has the potential to be a very good breaker for us here. It's like I said, breaking through the core of Corviknight, Weezing, Seismitoad is going to be very key. And with Trick Ring Target, we can do that if we can pull that off against his Seismitoad. If he is expecting this, he can easily go into his Seismitoad, pull a double into Hydreigon. If he does that, then hats off to him. Like, I can't really... I'm not... If this were a playoff match, I would really have to consider like how I'm going to play around the possibility of him doing that. But if he does that in this game, then it is what it is. Anyways, if we trick the ring target to a Seismitoad, then he is going to be vulnerable to super effective Volt Switches. However, he will still be immune to Hydro Pump, assuming he's running Water Absorb, because the ring target only affects type immunities that are a result of the opponent's type and not the opponent's abilities. So we can't negate Water Absorb by tricking him the ring target, unfortunately. So yeah, I was thinking about running Discharge as well as a secondary attacking option. or electric attacking option, but I wanted to make sure I had Defog to get rid of Toxic Spikes just in case, because there is a chance that I may be forced to use my Aromatisse as a late game win con. Like, I need that possibility. I need that possibility open to me so I can have Toxic Spikes on the field. We're not bringing our Dragalge to soak up Toxic Spikes because, well, he has a Corviknight. Dragalge doesn't match up well against that thing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it might be something that I consider bringing in a playoff match. We'll see. But I wanted to give Stoutland another shot because I think Alolan Marowak is a massive threat to my team because it walls Volcarona pretty nicely. It comes in against Aromatisse pretty nicely and can just break shit down. So having this Stoutland here, which is immune to Poltergeist, and it can get an Intimidate off against the Marowak, survive, have a very good chance of surviving 2 Flare Blitzes from it. I don't actually have a move to hit the Marowak though, that's the thing. I thought about running Bite. Yes, I thought about running Bite over like Crunch or Stomping Tantrum, just because Bite has the flinch chance. It's not like it would be doing any sorts of damage, but I put Yawn on there. If one of his Mons falls asleep, then I think that makes breaking through his core quite a bit easier. So, and then the only other attacking move I felt like I needed was Play Rough, just to potentially catch a Hydreigon off guard. I guess even a Mienshao if he wants to make an aggressive switch into that. So I didn't really think that any other moves were that important, so we're just going to try Rest Sleep Talk, and if we can keep this thing healthy and potentially get a surprise Sleep Talk roll into Play Rough on the Hydreigon, then that would be clutch. However, I need to be very careful. I do realize I need to be very careful in clicking Sleep Talk. If I've already put something asleep, I can't click Sleep Talk on the off chance that I roll Yawn, because then I run the risk of breaking Sleep Claws, and that's not something I want to do in this game. So yeah, it's probably not the best set, but we're bringing Stoutland, so that's something. Volcarona is not going to sweep this game because Lycanroc exists. I assume that Lycanroc comes, and it's just a huge annoyance that it exists here. If Lycanroc were out of the picture, then we would have a much better matchup in this game, I feel. But I'm hoping that I can get his Lycanroc burned if Volcarona is expendable and he goes into Lycanroc to try to pick me off with an Accelerock. Accelerock is making contact, so I don't know if he wants to click Stone Edge against me and risk the miss, because then I could fire back with the Giga Drain and KO it. So Accelerock is making contact. If I click Endure, I will live the first Accelerock. Then he may have to go for it again, or he could, at that point, he could just go for any other move that will more than likely be making contact on this Volcarona. So I have a roughly 50% chance of getting a burn off on that thing. And if I can get a burn off, then I have a much better chance of pulling through with my defensive win con and Aromatisse. It's not my primary win con. My primary win con is Alakazam, which we'll get to. But like I said, Lycanroc makes pulling that set off a lot more difficult. So yeah, Fire Blast is our fire type move because we want to hit the Marowak as hard as possible. I mentioned Stealth Rocks are good specifically to chip the Marowak down, because if that thing comes in on Stealth Rocks and Volcarona's in, I can hopefully 2-hit KO it with Fire Blasts, make sure that I have my most powerful fire type move available to me to try to beat that thing 1v1. So yeah, that's our plan there. Giga Drain for Seismitoad as well. Aromatisse, max defense, but Berry in case we need to, switch this thing into a Flash Cannon from Hydreigon. We can always take a hit if he goes for Nasty Plot Flash Cannon, retaliate with a Moonblast. Wish Protect for keep ourselves healthy, and the last move is Charge Beam. I thought about running Nasty Plot, but that means that I would be mono attacking Moonblast, and that is not the, in my opinion, that's not the most reliable way of trying to beat a Corviknight 1v1. The Corviknight can't taunt me, but like, if I get, I'm boosting my special attack still with Charge Beam and hitting the Corviknight super effectively, so I think this could, you know, if his physical attackers are like statused or whatnot, if they're weakened, if they can't beat the Aromatisse 1v1, then, and it's all that, and Corviknight's the only thing that stops Aromatisse from just winning, then hopefully Charge Beam can come through. And Iron Head will also help. You know, the Babiri Berry, if we still have it for Corviknight, then we can set up on that thing a little bit easier, maybe. We'll see. And then this Alakazam. This was suggested by a member of my front office that wishes not to be named as far as BBR matches go. So we have Zap Cannon Alakazam. Now, the rest of this set, the only thing that was suggested was Zap Cannon to try to break through the Corviknight, because Corviknight just comes in, walls any hit from this, U-turns out, and then like breaks any sash and goes into something like a Lycanroc that can pick me off. So, we're running Modest to try to get an Oko with +2 Nasty Plot, +2 Nasty Plot, +2 Zap Cannon against Corviknight to try to get the Oko there. If we miss, we will activate our Blunder Policy and guarantee outspeed a Scarfed Mienshao that may want to then come in and pick us off with a U-turn. So we basically have 2 chances to hit the Corviknight, and if we miss our first chance, then he can't bring anything in that can outspeed Alakazam and revenge it. That's basically the idea behind this. However, Lycanroc, Accelerock always revenges us, which is unfortunate, but yeah. What else? I don't really need to, I don't think I need to say anything much else. I mean, I don't know how much speed his Lycanroc's going to be. Like, if he runs Jolly Max Speed, then he'll outspeed this. He doesn't even have to go for an Accelerock. But I just put max speed investment on the off chance he brings a Mienshao that is not Scarfed, and I can speed tie it if he runs Jolly Max Speed. So, yeah. Mienshao, by the way, huge threat. Because it has 11 kills and 0 deaths this season. Very comparable to our Aromatisse, which has 11 kills, but only 1 death. So, yeah, I know he's not going to want to let that thing go down for as long as possible. There's a chance he might not even bring it, because, you know, he's got his defensive core, he's got Hydreigon, he's got Alolan Marowak, and Lycanroc. I would not be surprised if those are the 6 mons that he brings and Mienshao doesn't even come. Yeah, anyways, that's going to be our team. If you're excited for the battle tomorrow, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of our Draft League content, and we'll see you tomorrow for the match.